All right, welcome back to Go Ham. Today we are getting into a topic that speaks very closely to all of us right now. Basically communication, the good, the bad, the problems, boundaries, all of the fun stuff. So with that being said, let's get into it.
This is interesting for me because I feel like communication has changed so much, and I'm a creature of habit and I don't like change. So I struggle with all the new means of communication.
Yeah. What do you want to aim each other with on AOL.com? Like instant message.
Listen, I'm not against it. That's like my generation.
Well, here's the thing, okay? When you're a company and there's 5 people in it, it's so easy to communicate because it's, you have a group chat and that's it. Done deal. But when you have upwards of, 30 employees in 3 locations and different communication styles and types, like that's where it gets tricky. And like, I feel like that's where a lot of salon owners or business people in general find themselves, because when they start out, it's pretty easy. And then as they grow, it gets harder.
100%. And the biggest issue, and I think that we need to like just get this out there, is that everybody has different preferences.
Yeah.
Like that is the most difficult thing about having a group upward of like 5, because after that, like some people don't want to be bothered with the group text, or they want to be contacted via email, or I want to contact you via email.
Or I don't want to be contacted during these certain hours.
Well, we'll get into boundaries. That's a whole different ballgame. But in
Hey,
regard
call
to the
me 9 to
actual
11 and 2 to 3 and you're
the
good.
actual way we are communicating, meaning let's talk about the different types. There's text, there's phone call, there's email, there's
social
these
media
apps like Slack, and what are the other ones?
Product managing apps.
Yeah, these
Like Asana.
team ones.
Teams.
You're just gonna
Zoom.
repeat.
There's phone calls, there's text, there's email.
I'm just trying to get through this quicker because I'm going to get into the meat of it. How the 4 of us, our conversations recently.
All right, well, let's start at the top. Let's talk about owner communication. When you have partners, and we're in a predicament right now because we have a lot of group chats with different partners for different reasons, like marketing and things like that. And we had an intervention the other week.
We
had to sit down with a coach, and she kind of helped us talk through the fact that we don't have any boundaries right now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. I was thinking something else. Yeah. So, the 4 of us.
Did you have an intervention you didn't tell us about?
No, I'm like, where was the intervention and what coach are you talking about?
It was like yesterday.
I'm just like blaming everything on mine, not the coach. And like, to be perfectly honest, like the 4 of us, the 4 owners, you, Mon, and Dana, and I feel like we always communicated great, and I never had any issues because it was just easy. It was, somebody was always available. But now there's all these stipulations on how we communicate and what time we're allowed to text and
I gotta be honest. I feel like
I'm feeling it, guys.
I'm a person who like doesn't mind working a lot, and I think that it's not only good for all of us, but I think it's good for myself. Like it almost like makes me think, do I really need to send them this text message right now? Mm-hmm. So I feel like I feel like it's going to be a good thing for us, and it's also hard because we're friends. So like
So let me just preface this a bit with how we got to this boundaries piece, because I feel like, although I'm definitely the one who brought this to the table with like, I'm struggling, we need to figure out something with boundaries in regard to texting and phone calls and all of the other ways we communicate with one another. The initial feeling that I felt was about a month ago when it was a weekend and I got about 1 million Slack notifications. And I wasn't worried about me. I was worried about our employees. I was like, it's Sunday and Slack's popping off right now. The salons aren't even open, That's where it started for me. And I was like, this is how I feel, and I'm the owner. I can imagine how some of our team members are feeling. And maybe they're not tech savvy and don't know how to turn off notifications or silence it. Or like you had mentioned, like they might turn off notifications and then forget, and then they're missing everything.
Yeah, but it was all like positive and promotion.
It's still
stuff,
annoying.
And
it's still annoying. Like when you're on your free time, you don't want to be bothered.
Yeah, especially like if it's like, like if it's something that doesn't involve me, like I don't care. I don't want to be bothered with this. I'm with my baby right now. Like, so I think that we would be naive to think that our team members aren't annoyed by it, because I definitely think that that's a thing.
I agree with you on that. And I've actually had feedback from some of them that don't like Slack at all. Mm-hmm. That they prefer Facebook, but then you have the ones that don't even go on Facebook. So it's like, how do you like require a team member to have a Facebook account?
So I guess that's it. Let's talk about where we started. When we first opened, we had Facebook groups for the companies.
No, we didn't. We had a group text.
Oh.
Remember how big it was?
And then some people were getting pissed because it was going off at all hours of the day. So then we switched to email. And then nobody was reading the emails. So then we switched to Facebook and...
Yeah, we made the Facebook page.
And emails.
We lived in Facebook for a long
For a long time. And that's
Fucking
why
losers.
I love Facebook. I love it.
Facebook,
I
I feel like Facebook, the positive of Facebook was like, so many of us were already there. You know, like we were already checking it throughout the day.
That's just it. And it's like I would go on Facebook no matter what, so it was easy for me to see all these notifications. I don't go on Slack. There's nothing on Slack that I want to go on for. Like if I go on Facebook,
I think that could be a problem too, because sometimes like I would go on Facebook and then see like, oh, it's so and so's birthday, and like, oh, I have to wish them a happy birthday, and then like forget why I even went on there in the first place. I feel like there's too much happening on Facebook to like...
Agreed.
What was the sole reason of why we like changed it, and not everybody does have Facebook.
Well, let's talk about the positives of Facebook while we're here, because one of the positives that I feel was like kind of the way we used to just go live.
The lives.
Yeah, like I used to go live and just give like some live shout outs for the week before. And although by the end of it, when we transitioned out of Facebook, it felt very stale. We weren't really getting the engagement that we once did. But also something that was big was when someone would get a level jump or a promotion, like I would have an interview with them live and talk about like, how did you get here? Tell me your challenges. Tell me your struggles. Like I think people liked seeing that.
It
was
was
motivating.
so much more engaging.
But for some reason in Slack, you can post videos, but it's not like live. So I don't know. There's like, I would say if I was comparing the two, being able to go live in Facebook was one of the benefits that I found. The other thing that I really liked on Facebook was the events and polls.
Yeah.
Polls
you can
and
do polls
events.
in Slack.
You can?
Yeah.
Okay. I just haven't done it yet.
Yeah, you could do polls in Slack, but I think it's just usability. Like Facebook has been around for so long, like everyone knows how to use it. Whereas like this is a new platform that nobody has ever had to use. So I think that is where we struggle as well.
I was just
sure.
going to say that. Like I like doing what I'm used to and what I know, and I know Facebook, and Facebook is very user friendly. Slack makes my wheels turn a little bit because I'm not really sure on a lot of different things. Like, I guess it's just my own fault because I haven't like dived deep into it to learn it either.
Yeah. I also think it's ugly.
I agree.
Like, isn't that weird that matters to me?
I think we said that to them. We were like, why is it ugly?
Yeah. It's like not like, where are the pretty colors and the nice fonts? Like,
Yeah,
I don't like this.
No.
It's funny because that's like, that actually matters, I guess. But essentially why we ended up moving over to Slack, and you know, right now we're in it and we're working with it. But I think one of the things that we missed was that we didn't give our team a formal training on actually how to operate it. We just assumed everyone would be able to figure it out. We assumed that it was going to be super user friendly, and after a few weeks we got feedback that like people didn't even know how to operate it, which was obviously an issue.
Yeah,
including me.
Yeah.
So
all right, so with that, you know, obviously there's a bunch of different preferences that people have. I would even say like when we have new hires apply, sometimes I respond by email and I don't hear from them for days. So I have to physically ask like, what's your preferred method of communication? Like, do you want me to text you? Do you want me to call you? Like
Snapchat.
Yeah, like
snap you.
Like how are we getting this job done? Because sometimes you'll go weeks and I'm like, is this person like, are they still here? Like what happened? So I just feel like identifying that so many people have different preferences when it comes to communication, and you say it all the time. You like to call, like you want to get on the phone.
Well, I think it's definitely generational too. Like my generation, like I would much rather get on a phone call with my girlfriend than sit there and text back and forth.
It is, but that's not how the world works these days. It's wild.
Yeah.
I mean, Snapchat is next level. I've never
communicated regularly on Snapchat.
Like, if I wanted to, I mean, actually, no, we've communicated like 10 times on Snapchat.
Yeah, probably.
Like, I would never use that as like my main source of communication.
I'm telling you, that younger generation, they do.
Yeah.
Yep. So right now in our company, like we communicate in a lot of different ways. You know, I'll send a text message.
We have no choice.
Yeah, I'll send a text message if it's something personal, like I need to talk to you about something, or I need to talk to a stylist about something. I'll send a text. If it's an urgent Like, hey, I'm changing the dress code. I need every person in this company to get this. I send an email. If it's, hey guys, we had a situation at the salon last night. Please make sure you're doing cancellation fees. That's probably a post.
Yeah.
You know, like it's all based off of, I think, urgency and level of importance is how we like
Yeah.
kind of choose to communicate. But I would say if we want every single person to get something, it's typically email. And unfortunately, even then, sometimes it doesn't get open.
Something else I think is really important is like batching your information. So like if we have, 5 things that we need to get to the team, like, okay, Monday I send out like a newsletter basically explaining those 5 things. But if something gets brought up like after that, it's like, okay, like I already sent this email, like this is going to go out in next week's email. Just like so we're not sending a million emails in 1 week.
Oh, that's like school right now. Are you
Yeah.
guys like
Yeah,
dying
I
and all
hate
the
that.
different posts? I can't keep up.
Because then you can't like find what you saw. You're like, oh, I'll look at that later.
miss
And then
so
it's
much.
like, well, what email was
They
it?
must be living in my 6,750 unopened emails.
Oh my God.
You're unbothered over there.
All right. So piggybacking off of what we just said, I feel like setting expectations is big.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's just one added layer of confirmation. Like, hey, on Mondays, you guys are going to get an email. It's usually between 9 and 12. Make sure you open it. Like that helps because then they expect it and it's every week and they kind of know like this is coming versus the sporadic. It's a Thursday afternoon and I'm getting like this urgent email.
Yeah.
Which
Yep.
I did yesterday. So
Yeah. I kind of feel like Slack is a more like casual way to communicate, whereas like the email portion of it is more like you said,
Slack's
like
kind of like a
policy.
chat. Like
Yeah,
when
just
that-
like a big group text that's kind of like a little bit more organized.
don't you love the I didn't see that quote? You're like, really? Because I emailed it. I posted it in Slack.
Well, that goes back to like when you think you've communicated enough, you haven't. You need to do like 3 more means of communication.
Yeah, I mean, something that we just kind of cleaned up with our onboarding process is like having a message that just says like, these are the apps that you need to use and these are what they're for with that new hire message that you created yesterday.
Yeah.
Which I think is helpful, but there'll still be people that don't see that. So we have it in our video orientation as well.
It's just like, well, that's it. I mean, listen, people are different learners. They have preferences with communication. Like, it's just very difficult. The bigger you get, the harder it is to get messages across, to get points across, to make change. Like, it is what it is. I think that's how it goes.
I mean, I just know for me personally, I'm all about convenience. Like, I know for a matter of fact, I'm going to check my emails every day, multiple times a day. I'm going to be on Facebook multiple times a day at random points. Like, I'm not ever on Slack.
So you're a great communicator, huh?
Yeah. I mean, communicate with me through text, phone call, email, or Facebook, and I'm all yours. Throw me a Slack, and I may or may not get it.
Oh, man. All right. To our employees, this is from one of your founders.
Listen, I'm feeling some of it.
Why
I
don't
feel
we dive
it.
into like boundaries? Because I feel like we started this conversation in the beginning, but we didn't finish it. We'll talk about boundaries with each other and boundaries like with the team and even like boundaries with like our managers
Yeah.
or
And our
lack
owners.
thereof.
Yeah.
What about the owner's boundaries?
I
It
just
said
said between
boundaries with
us.
us.
Oh, between us. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So-
let's get into it.
Talk to us about your recent experience as
All
a
right. So
salon
like I
owner
said,
at 5 a.m.
Yeah. So like I said, it started about a month ago when I started to notice the notifications on Slack popping off on a Sunday. I was like, dude, this is a problem. Like we got to save this shit for Monday through Saturday when we're open. I honestly would prefer it to be Monday through Friday because I just think Saturdays and Sundays should be left alone. And I think you guys would agree.
I agree, but we weren't involved in that. It was the team, which I appreciated.
I know, but still, I still think like it would be worth giving everyone a heads up. Like, I don't know, maybe we should just keep it to during the week, but whatever. Anyway, that's where it started. And then as my experience, like, listen, I have a lot going on, which everybody does. And I don't want to sit here and pretend it's just me, but I would say I probably am in about 5 or 6 active group chats right now. Some are with you guys, some are with marketing, some are with our new company. There's just a lot of group chats that happen. I also have 4 kids at home. So when I get home from my workday, which is typically around 4, I sometimes don't see my phone for 4 hours. Like, I don't have time to get to it. So,
Well, you're leaving out. You also have your personal groups, like your first grade moms,
Yeah.
pre-K 4 moms,
yeah,
pre-K 3
you
moms.
do. You're in all
Like,
of these
you're in all
different
the
crazy
I
groups.
know.
And right
I
now,
get
like,
that.
I just feel like I'm what I struggle with is that I'm not attentive to the messaging that's happening in some of these text messages, and some of it is a big deal. Like, not all of it, but some of it is. Like, some of the things that happen in our group chats are a big deal that I want to be a part of the conversation for. And by the time I get to it, it's 9 o'clock at night or 9:30. I just put the kids down and I'm catching up, and it's like the whole conversation has already happened, and the problem, we now have a solution. I wasn't a part of it, which is fine, but I just feel like that's one avenue of it. And then the other one, I'll use the example of the other day. I get up an hour early to get some me time in before the kids wake up, before I get to work, which, by the way, I walk in the building at 8 a.m. So it's not like this is like a 10 a.m. start for me. Like,
You're not at Pilates
this is
at
all
10.
the shit that I have to do before I can like get to work at 8 a.m. But I wake up an hour early. I'm in the middle of downward dog, just trying to get my thoughts together, and the phone starts
Downward
popping
dog.
off. It's like 5:30 a.m. I'm good. There's no way, right? Well, I'm getting blasted to the point where I literally have to stop what I'm doing, look at the text, because I'm like, what the fuck is going on? There's 100 notifications happening right now. And it was all over a negative Google review that came in overnight. Oh my God. Like, number one, why did this Google review come in? Did the stylist see this Google review? Like, how am I going to respond to this? And now I'm dealing.
I saw the review that night and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Yeah, see, but this is what I'm saying. Like, it was
I've
like
been on the other end of that, and it sucks.
a really tricky way to wake up. And
Yeah.
then, then it's setting the tone for my morning. I haven't even had coffee or done anything. But anyway, that was kind of the moment. And it just, listen, I probably wouldn't even brought it up to you guys, except we had this meeting that day with this coach that kind of did a deep dive into our businesses. And I had the opportunity to talk about how I don't think we have any boundaries, and it can negatively impact all of us.
Which I think it was needed. I think it's been good.
Yeah. I just feel like it's been on my radar. And I will say that since Monday, when we kind of have now been a little bit more aware of it, it's felt a little better, in my opinion. I don't know if you guys feel that way.
Yeah, I agree.
I wonder what other salons do for like leader communication and then team lead. Do they struggle the way we do? Or, I mean, are they getting woken up at 5 a.m. to a negative text?
I'm sure they do.
in a
But like I
gym?
said, it's our
Or is it just
industry
us?
is so relaxed that like I feel like it's easy to cross the boundaries. Now, like when you talk about boundaries with team, like I try not to text people like on their day off, or like if I do, it's an email, unless like it's urgent. But I feel like there needs to be like it needs to be reciprocated for them to respect your boundary.
Yeah.
Like, hey, don't text me on like a Sunday about like something that isn't
At
urgent.
10:30 at night.
Yeah,
on a Sunday
like
about
I feel like
something
they're
that
not
is
going to
so-
respect it if you don't respect it with them. So we definitely, I feel like I at least try to not do that.
Well, now that we're on this, I do feel like, we talked about this with ourselves as the owners this week, but we need to tighten this up with the managers as well.
Yeah.
Because that has been brought to us before, where managers have come and been like, I'm getting text at like 11:30 at night.
But they're not
Yeah.
just getting them from us; they're getting them from everybody.
That's
like
what
the
I'm saying.
team. And yeah,
This
I
is
think
what
the
I'm-
managers get hit harder than we do.
So we need to address that, I
Yeah.
think, at some point, because I want to make sure, I just want to check in with them to see how it's going. And if it is overwhelming, then we need to kind of give the
them
reminder
a
back to the
reminder.
team
Yep.
about the communication. What would you call that? Like, I don't know.
guess just like
The
respect.
protocol.
Like, yeah.
like
bound-
when an
Communication
email's
protocol.
important. And listen, when shit hits the fan with a stylist and they have a atrocity happening at 7:30 at night or 9 p.m.,
Yeah.
call
Give me
me.
a
Like,
call.
That is
call
what
me.
it
I'm on.
is. Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I think that's it. I just think you got to be aware of it these days, because we are so attached to these things. And if you're listening and not watching, I'm talking about the cell phones.
Yeah.
And they've just completely impacted everything about our lives. And I think it's just really important to be respectful to not only your partners or managers, but your team.
Yeah.
You have to.
Let's talk about like some tools that you can use to kind of like offset the stress of like trying to remember everything and keep track of like to-do lists and
like
things like that.
90IO.
Yeah, like
Asana.
we've tried Asana.
Yeah. And it's funny because some of us like it, some of us don't. 90IO, I feel like we all kind of like it's very user friendly and easy, and that keeps us on task.
I hated it at first. I
So
gotta be
well, I
honest.
did
on
too.
EIO.
But I feel like it's getting a lot easier the more we're getting into it.
Yeah.
But you were just saying that, like, didn't you just do a deep dive and there's so much more we can
There
be doing
is,
with
and
it?
we haven't done anything with it yet.
Yeah.
But I just think when you have a lot of employees and a lot of, goals, or even just like tactical problems that you have to solve, like having
Tracking.
a type of software that you can like reference. So when you're out on your walk on Saturday morning, you're like, oh, I forgot to check in with so and so about that. Like, you pull your phone out and make sure you add that to that software so that, you don't let it fall through the cracks.
Yeah. Well, I'm just a non-type A personality over here who just like schedules calendar. Like, if it's today, I'll have a calendar for tomorrow at like 9 a.m. with like just an ongoing list of things I need to do.
I do that too sometimes.
do that.
Like, just to-do list for myself.
Yes.
Well, I
I'll
like
do.
that because it gives you reminders.
Yeah.
So, like, 90IO doesn't really remind you. Asana did. Remember Asana would send you reminders
Yeah.
and deadlines. And
I bet there's
Yep.
a
wonder
way
if we're
to
missing
do
that
it.
in 90IO.
I'm sure we are.
Probably.
How about like when you guys send an email, something that I ran into before, specifically with the managers, because I typically oversee the main salon email, and sometimes when the emails come in, I'll just forward them to people, but I never know if they get them. So I at one point was asking for like read receipts to be sent, which really helped me.
Oh.
Did you guys ever do that?
No.
Like I would
For
just
email?
for yeah, like I would
How?
shoot
How?
an
that?
What happens?
They would
I'm
just
gonna go on
respond
trying to
like
figure this
received,
out.
period.
Oh,
You know,
I
they
thought
would
you
just-
meant-
Oh, I thought you meant the email
Yeah.
would show
No.
you if it was
No,
read.
Like,
they-
hey, so-and-so just opened up your email. You're good,
Yeah.
sister. Love you like a sister.
No,
Bye.
I had to ask at one point because there were
Love
so
you like
many
a
different
sister.
people involved. I was like, can someone just respond to me and say like received? So that I
Okay.
know that like this is actually being taken care of.
Gotcha.
Like that was helpful. So even now as like myself, like when I get things, I typically try to respond like, got it, it's handled or it's done. Like just to kind of give
Yeah.
whoever's on the other end, like the peace of mind to know.
I could be better with that.
It's helpful.
Yeah.
It definitely
more,
helps.
Like trying to do it and then yeah. Another thing we didn't talk about, and this is most recent finding, is the scheduled text message.
Yeah.
Because how
Haven't-
often do you think of something in the middle of the night at 2 a.m. when you wake up randomly and you're like,
Or in
oh,
the
I never
bathtub.
did this. So scheduling text message on the iPhone has been a game changer
Yep.
for me, at least for the leadership team.
Yeah,
And
I
for the
just recently
stylist.
found out about this. And
Yeah.
because I'm a big, like, my belief is, like, I send a text not really even thinking about the time or the boundaries that are set, just because I'm like, okay, I'm in this moment. I'm going to send a text now while I'm remembering to do so.
That's all of us.
And right, and that's why, like, I never thought I was pushing a boundary or anything, because I'm like, I don't expect an immediate response. Like, if I send a text to you guys at 4 a.m., like, I am not expecting anybody to write me back. Like, I'm not expecting to get written back until after 8 or 9.
Yeah.
But I do it because it's like, I know I'm going to get distracted and forget. But it's so good to know that now you can schedule these texts.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like this was never an issue. It's just like recently it's become like so much. And that's kind of like where it is. Like I feel like you saying that you the boundaries thing with me and all this stuff, I just feel like it was never an issue before, but now it is. Like it's just there's so much happening.
Do you think it bothers you more when you get like a negative text, or like do you like think twice about it if it's like a good positive upbeat text? Or is it affecting you more because like
It's honestly just a distraction is all.
Yeah.
It just feels like a very like distracting
No matter
into
what it
whatever
is.
I'm trying to do.
Got you.
But
it's
it
growth,
definitely
though. That's like
yeah.
like essentially what it is like the growth of the company. Like we have these departments that we have to keep accountable, and I think that's kind of where it stemmed from. And then the additional business. So like we have a marketing tech chain for that, and like maybe we reevaluate those communication platforms at a certain point, but I think that's kind of why it feels so overwhelming right now.
Yep. All right. Last question here. If we were to create, or somebody out there, maybe Derek from Salon Ninja was going to create a communication platform exclusive for salons, what would that look like? Like, what are all the bells and whistles that you want in it? Because this would be amazing.
I think it would be like there would be like a community hub inside of the salon software itself. you know, where kind of like Facebook, like they have to go in to check their schedules. If they go into the Salon software, they'll see that they have messages in there.
Yeah, notifications.
Yeah.
That would be sick.
My ideal thing would be an Instagram communication platform.
Not
Because I
AIM.
feel like everybody in our salon company is on Instagram. So it's like,
Yeah, but unfortunately, Instagram isn't going to be it in 10 years.
no, I
Yeah.
know it's not.
Yeah, like that's where I think what you said about like the salon software having like a communication hub in there would be amazing.
Oh, that's true because they're in there every
Yeah,
day
she
anyway,
said like you
yeah.
log in and they would get notifications and it could be like I don't know, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Ooh,
The
we
problem with
gotta-
DMs.
Instagram is it's distracting. Like,
Yeah.
I found myself on Mondays, like, going in there to, like, do my, you know, update for the week. And, like, next thing you know, like, I was, like, doing something else in
Down a
there.
rabbit
You know
hole.
what I mean?
So this is interesting you say this because Aubrey popped in the office yesterday to let me know how much she loved that Jay Edwards class that
Yeah.
her and Peyton went to, and something came up and she was like, yeah, he actually said that he doesn't go on Instagram. Like the only time he goes on is to post, and then he like posts and
He
goes.
posts, yeah.
He said that he gets way too distracted. He doesn't look at any DMs. He doesn't like engage
Yeah.
with anybody, respond to comments. He does nothing, which like we know, like it's completely exhausting and it can take over your life.
Yeah.
So
I respect that. But no, you're right. If Forrest or a salon marketing team or Derek could come up with something, that would be ideal for
Yeah.
sure.
that would be amazing. Well, we're breaking down all of our communication issues.
Problem.
We got a lot. But yeah, I mean, if you have any insightful tips for us, please share because we would love to hear them.
Yeah, I'm sure it's relatable to a lot of people. I'm sure,
Yep.
you know,
All
they
right,
say
cool.
communication's key, but I think it can make or break you for sure.
There's the quote that we've been waiting on.
The quote, yeah.
Mic drop.
Mic drop.
Catch you on the next one. Thanks, y'all.